Exit. How's everybody doing today on this Wednesday? Rainy. Not cold though. It is not cold at all. So, how are we doing? Um, where am I today? My mind is somewhere else today, and I'm not sure where exactly. But let's have a good lesson. Um, 66 degrees, so it's not cold. Tell you what I did see though. I saw trees that were turning colors already. I do not approve. I do not approve. How do we do that? How do we get that? Well, let's get started today in reading. We are going to talk about how an author uses rhetorical devices. What is rhetoric? Rhetoric are different ways to illuminate words or ideas to persuade, to get the point of view across, um, to state his, her, their purpose. So let's look at some types of rhetorical devices. Uh, Here. First, I wanted to show you this, which is, I have the wrong thing. Let me get it. Let me get it right. Get right. Get it right with the Lord, girl. Get right. Okay. So what I want to share with you is this image of a brook. And a brook is a stream. And it's very tiny, isn't it? Let's see if we can open this and make it a little bit bigger. So it's a winding stream. And a lot of times in the name of progress, development, we get rid of these things in nature that uh, that make us feel good. So there's a stream. So our poem is going to be about that, how in the name of progress, sometimes we get rid of things not only just are beautiful, but have a purpose. Wouldn't be there, right, if it didn't have a purpose. So let's take a look. I think there is a plan to nature. What do you think? So, what are rhetorical devices? Some examples of rhetorical devices, and they are techniques. I can make this bigger. Yes, they are techniques that writers use and speakers use to effectively convey and to convey ideas and enhance arguments. And what are some of them? Repetition, which is the use of the same word, phrase, or sound more than once for emphasis. Parallelism, and you'll see this again, the use of similar grammatical constructions used to express ideas that are related. Okay, that's a big word. What does it mean? We'll show you. And rhetorical questions. These are questions that need no answers because their answers seem obvious, but they're put there for a purpose to draw your attention to something that the author wants you to focus on. So let's talk about what they are. So repetition, use repeated words and patterns and provide rhythm, enhance ideas, and organize complex passages. So in the following example, notice the parallel grammatical form, noun plus action verb, plus the repetition of one word, change, to create a strong rhythm when the text is spoken, cementing the message in the listener's minds. Times change. Peoples change. Companies change. Have you changed? So we hear a rhythm. There's an actual rhythm in the sound, right? So rhetorical questions prompt thought or focus discussion, and they're not meant to be answered literally. So you would use it in a persuasive text to draw the audience toward agreement with the writer's argument or opinion. Now, what does she mean? Here's a rhetorical question. And what is so rare as a day in June? This is really a line you would hear in a poem. And is it meant to persuade or summon an image or feeling? And what is so rare as a day in June? Well, June is 1 month out of 12. And generally in June, we have a great day, right? The sun is shining, there are flowers, there are birds, it's warm, and it is rare, a day in June, 30 days out of 360, right? So let's take a look. For each example, decide which rhetorical device is being used by identifying characteristics of the device and then explain the effect it creates for each piece of text. So in example 1, according to the ancient historian Plutarch, the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar said these words, one of history's most recognized utterance. I came, I saw, I conquered. Well, what are we doing? We're repeating. I came, I saw, and I took it all over, right? I conquered. Parallelism, because it's a pronoun, I, plus the past tense action verb, I came, I saw, I conquered. It gives a rhythm and it gives weight and authority because saying, I did this, right? That's your parallelism. Example 2. John F. Kennedy's inaugural address moved many Americans with its call to action. Can we forge against these enemies a grand and global alliance, North and South, East and West, that can assure a more fruitful life for all mankind? Will you join in that historic effort? I think he's asking a question. And this question is a call to action. But he's not really looking for us to answer this question directly. So we would call this a rhetorical question. He's asking a question directly to the audience, and there is implied yes. We're saying, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we can forge this alliance. Yes, we will join in this effort. It's implied, and really it's to move the listeners to accept that challenge is in the speech. And a metaphor, I hope that you remember this, and it is a comparison that doesn't use like or as, such as, he's a rock. He's a rock in a weary land. Have you heard that before? Or I am an island. You're just saying what is. What is the case? Foreshadowing. It's a technique an author gives in which he or she or they give clues about something that's going to happen later in the story. And here is irony. Occurs when facts are not known to the characters in the literature, but they're known by the audience. Dramatic irony. We already know certain things, right? And the theme is the central idea or ideas explored. It's like the hidden message or the point the author is trying to get across. It's the general subject. And in a work, though, like a theme such as honesty or justice, or love or betrayal, and there's usually more than one in a literary work. So that is it for defining just a taste of rhetorical lessons. And it's going on 11:40. So I think what I'm going to do is just move on to this section tomorrow, so we can dive into the poem a little bit. So we're going to save that, not for tomorrow rather, but for next week. So that's all we have for today. And you all take care.